All right, hello everyone. My name is Julianna. I am one of the clinical exercise physiologists at the Health and Wellness Lab, and I'm going to walk you through week 4 of the 8-week Exercise Oncology YouTube series. So today with me, I have a chair. Kitchen chair is great for stability, and then also have my TheraBand. So like last week, if you have one just like this that's free, that's great. If you have one that's looped, we can use that as well, or one with handles. And then I also have some free weights for one of our exercises, so if you have those available, that's great. If you don't, we can use the band. So we will go through our warm-up as usual, and then we'll have our 3 different circuits that, just like in previous weeks, we're working on strengthening. We're working on our core stability, balance, and getting some cardio in there as well. So we will get started with our warm-up. So if everyone wants to get ready, we will start marching on the spot. All right, so getting the limbs moving, starting off slowly, easing our way into it, getting that heart rate up a little bit, getting the limbs moving. So we can start to move into some higher knees. You can do a bit of a tap. And just listening to your body. So just like Tanya told you the last couple weeks, just working in ranges that feel good for you and working at a pace that feels good to you as well. Looking good, everyone. Keep it up. Couple more here. Starting to wake up our core. Good. Moving into some butt kicks. So a little step side to side, trying to reach your heel to your bottom. You can do a little bit of a hop in between. And if you want to get those arms moving, you can do a pull, or you can do a bit of a punch. Got to get my rhythm going. Good. And again, if you're doing a little bit of punch side to side, make sure your core is turned on. So just like those boxers, you're using your core, making sure that's nice and tight, being nice and powerful with our movements. Good, a couple more here. Getting those legs nice and warmed up, starting to warm up the upper body. Good. All right, let's move into our low jacks. Good, so this is a little bit lower impact option for you. If you really want to go for it, if you feel like you need an additional challenge, you can do your higher impact full jumping jacks, but my favorite are the low jacks. And as we're moving our arms, thinking about keeping our shoulders away from our ears. So we're not crunching up. We're working within a range that works for us, but keeping those shoulders down and back. Good, keep breathing as we're moving. Good, let's move into a little bit of a speed skater. So you can do a step over and behind, or you can move that into a little bit of a hop. Again, just finding a movement that feels good for your body. And if you're an expert and you want to add those arms in as well, you can definitely do that. Swing to the movement. Good. Should start to feel heart rate going up a little bit, breathing rate go up a little bit, and those muscles getting nice and warm. Couple more of these. Good. And relax. Okay, let's move into some mini squats. So feet are shoulder width apart to begin with. With these warm-up squats, we're not going full depth. It's just to wake the muscles up. So pushing your hips back first and then bending at the knees, standing up nice and tall, squeezing your bottom muscles, your glutes. Good. So I'm not going very deep. I'm just starting to warm my muscles up and remember that movement pattern. Good. 5 more. Breathing out as you stand up. Good. 1 more. Beautiful work. Shake out those legs. Okay, we're going to try a new movement pattern. So instead of the squat, we're going to do a hip hinge. So knees are softly bent, but they don't do very much movement. You're just going to push your bottom back, bend at the hips as you slide your hands down to your knees, stand back up. So as you're doing this, you should feel a stretch right in the back of your thighs. As you stand back up, squeeze your glutes. Good. When you're doing this movement, really pushing into your heels, you should feel like the center of your mass is over the middle of your foot. You're not just tipping over. So 5 more of these. Squeeze your glutes. Good. 3 more. 2. Last one. Good. Shake it out. Okay, so I'm just going to bring my chair close. We're going to do a couple leg swings. So stand by a wall, have your chair close to you, and we're going to start with just swinging our leg forwards and back in a small range to begin with. And then we're increasing that range as we're able to. From the side, it's looking like this. So notice my core and my upper body isn't moving at all. It's staying nice and sturdy as I'm swinging my leg back and forth like a pendulum. Couple more on this side. Good. Core is on, keeping you nice and sturdy. And relax. Good. Let's change legs. Switch sides. Remember, starting off small and then slowly increasing the range to a point that feels good for you. You should feel a bit of a stretch in the front of your thigh and in your hip and in the back of your leg as well. Couple more swings. Good. And relax. Perfect. Okay, now let's do a swing in front, so side to side. Again, start off small. And then slowly increase that swing. Good, your leg is like a pendulum. Letting gravity do a bit of the work, swinging side to side. Good. And relax. Good. Switching sides. Beautiful work. And as Tanya said in a previous video, making sure that if you're starting to feel any pain, then definitely stop that movement. We want to work in pain-free ranges. Good, and relax there. Legs are nice and limber. Let's do a little bit with our arms. So let's start with some arm circles. Little baby arm circles first, and then increase that range to a place that feels good for you. And you might have your arms at 90 degrees, or you might have them a little bit lower with lower circles. Do what feels good for your body. Good. Wake up those muscles around your scapula or your shoulder blades. They're important little muscles. Okay, shake it out. Let's go the other direction. Baby circles, and then we get bigger. Good. Feel a bit of a stretch in the chest muscles potentially. And work at a speed that works for you. So if I'm going too fast, you can slow it down. Take your time. Good. Okay, let's plant our elbows right on the top of our hip bones. Bring shoulders back and down. Palms are facing each other. And then we're opening up like a book. So from the side, it's looking like this. And we're working the little muscles, or stabilizer muscles in our shoulders. So we'll do a couple of these. Squeeze and hold for a second and release. Good. And these stabilizer muscles are really important to make sure they're working before we start doing some upper body movements like rows or our push-ups. Let's do 5 more. 3, 2, last one. And shake it out. Okay, everyone, we're going to move into circuit number 1. So we will get ready. Okay, everyone, so we've just finished our warm-up. Now you catch your breath as I go through and demonstrate the first circuit. So we're going to start with some reverse lunges. So I'll show you from the side first. Now if you need the wall or if you need a chair beside you for stability, then grab that. So you're going to step back, take a nice giant step back, and then slowly drop the back knee towards the ground and then step up. Then you're switching sides, big step back, drop the back knee to the floor and step up. From the front, you're taking that big step back, dropping down. Now here you'll see my knee is not caving in and I'm not leaning over my body to try to push up. Really making sure, I need to find my stability. Coming down, and that knee is right over in line with your third toe as you step up. So you can switch sides and alternate for each rep. Now, remember, if you're finding this is a little bit of a challenge, just don't go quite so low. So you can just go to here before you step up, switch sides. Just don't go quite so low. If this really doesn't feel great for your knees, you're welcome to do a squat. So just like last time, you can use the chair if you want to do a chair squat, or just your body squat, pushing hips back first before you bend at the knees. Okay, so that is our first exercise. Next exercise, if you have your weights, you can grab them. We're doing our single arm row. All right, so I'm holding the weight in one hand, leaning against the chair. Make sure your chair isn't going to move on you. And then I'm using a staggered stance, so a bit of a step back. All right, now pressing into that chair, keeping my posture nice and tall. So no rounding of the back, chest is up nice and proud. And then just like our rows last week, I'm initiating the movement by drawing the shoulder blade back and then pulling the weight up to my hip and slowly releasing. Shoulder blade moves first, pull the weight to your hip and relax. And remember with this, we don't want to pull up to our chest. We want to pull more to the hip. That's going to activate those muscles around the shoulder blades. From the front, if my chair was here, you'll see my elbow stays nice and close to my body as I draw that weight up to my hip. So you'll do one side and then switch and do the other. If you don't have weights, that's okay. You can use your band. So place that on the floor, step on it with that front leg. Same stance. And then hold the band in one hand. Same movement, so initiate with the shoulder blade first, back, and then pull the band to your hip. Good. Excellent. Okay, so if you do not want to do this standing, you can do some chair-based options as well. So, sitting on your chair, if you have your weight, then just have one foot forward and then lean forwards a little bit with your chest. Again, I'm not rounding with my spine. Chest is up nice and proud. And then I'm pulling the weight up to my hip and slowly lowering down. Let gravity do the work and just let the weight dangle for a second before you draw it back up and slowly lower. Same thing. if you're using your band. So you'll have to hold it in 2 hands. With this one, you won't be able to lean over quite so much, but stay nice and tall, and then draw your hand towards your hip. You can have that leg extended out if that's easier. It will have more tension on the band though. Good, okay. After we finish our rows, we will go into our calf raises. So you can do this beside the wall, beside a chair if you need it for stability. You can challenge your balance with this one as well though. So we're going to do calf raises. So feet are shoulder width, hip width apart, and they stay parallel the whole time. A lot of times when people do calf raises, their toes start to slowly go out to 45 degrees. We want to keep them on train tracks nice and parallel. So we're going to be pressing up onto our big toes before slowly lowering down. So keep an eye on my toes as I do this. So if I'm going up onto my pinky toes, you'll see my feet kind of splay out a little bit and my ankles cave. So we want to avoid that and press up onto the big toe because that's going to get the most muscle activation in the calf. From the side, you'll see that I'm pressing up and my body goes directly up, not forwards. So we want to go straight up and straight back down. Perfect. So that is our calf raise. And then we are going to go into our cardio, which is butt kicks. So I need to get my rhythm going. There we go. So butt kicks, and then add some arm movements in that work for you. You can do that pull motion, or you can do a bit of a punch. If you're doing the punch, you're not twisting. You're just doing a little bit of a cross body punch, keeping your core nice and tight. So up to you for the cardio. All right. So if everyone's ready, I'm going to get my timer and we can get started with round 1. Okay, everyone. So let's get started for round 1. I'm going to get my timer ready. Everyone getting ready for our reverse lunge. So starting in 3, 2, 1, and off we go. Big step back, drop that knee as far as feels comfortable before stepping up, and then switching sides. So you can have your hands out if you need it to help with this one. Good. Remember that knee isn't caving in and your body's staying nice and tall. Good job from the side. Good. Remember, you don't need to go quite so low if you just want to work on this new movement pattern. Good, everyone. Keep it up. Almost there. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Excellent work. Okay, moving on to our single arm row. We will do 30 seconds or just under 30 seconds on one side and then about 22 seconds on the other. So getting ready for your row, grabbing your weight, grabbing your band, and we will get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember pulling your shoulder blade back first and then pulling the weight to the hip. Good. Almost there on this side. Good, and switching sides. Weight in the other hand and off we go. Good. Using those muscles around our scapula or our shoulder blades. Good, everyone, we're almost there. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Perfect. Okay, putting our weights down, putting our bands down if we use those. Now we are going to go into our calf raises. So if you need a chair close by for balance, then grab that. All right. Feet are parallel, rising up onto big toes in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good. So big squeeze at the top and hold. Slowly lower back down. The slower we go back down, the harder those calf muscles are going to work. Good. Keep going, everyone. Here's from the side. Remembering to go straight up and straight down. Not pressing forwards too much. Are you still on your big toes? Do you feel those calf muscles working? Almost there. In 3, 2, 1. And relax. Shake those calves out. Excellent work, everyone. Okay, we're moving into our minute of butt kicks. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. Getting those arm movements in, whether it's a pull or you can do a punch. Good, everyone. Good energy today with our first round of cardio. Over halfway. Keep it up. Keep breathing through this. You're doing so well. Awesome job. Remember listening to your body. If you need to reduce the intensity or take an early break, that's okay. Almost there. Good. Couple more seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done, you guys. Okay, grab your water, catch your breath, and then we are going to make our way back into our reverse lunges. Okay, so I'm bringing my chair a bit closer for balance if I need it. Remembering if you need to do squats, if this doesn't feel great for knees, that's okay. All right, let's make our way into our reverse lunges. So, big step back, dropping down in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Hands can be out if you need it. Be mindful of where your knees are. Are they caving in or are they staying nice and straight? Good. Keep going, everyone, from the side, looking like this. Remembering you don't have to go quite so low if it doesn't feel comfortable. Almost there. Those thighs and those glute muscles should be working in 3, 2, 1. And relax. Awesome job. Okay. Moving into our row. This time I'll show with a TheraBand. So, starting on one side for about 20 seconds and we'll switch to the other. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Good. Breathing out as you pull up. Really trying to control our breathing as we go through this. Almost there on this side. Good. Last one, and switch sides. And off you go. Squeezing that shoulder blade back first before you pull the band or the weight to the hips. Good job, everyone. Elbows are tucked in close to your side. Keep it up. Few more seconds here. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Excellent work. Okay, let's get ready for our calf raises. So, feet are parallel. We are going to start in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. You can try challenging that balance. So maybe you have a chair beside you. Just have a fingertip on. See if you can lift it off once in a while. Working on that balance while strengthening the calf muscles. Good. Everyone keep it up from the front. Checking in. Are your feet still parallel? Are you pushing onto those big toes? And are you slow and controlled with this one? No rush. Almost there. In 3, 2, 1. And relax. Beautiful work. All right, let's make our way into our cardio. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Good job, everyone. Checking in with your body. Can you increase the intensity here a little bit? Do you want to just maintain the level you're at, or take it a little bit easier? Good job. Over halfway. Good work, everyone. Keep breathing. You'll get a bit of a rest after this. Almost there. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Excellent work, everyone. We have finished round 2 of circuit 1. So grab some water, take a rest. I'm going to demonstrate the next circuit, and then we'll get right back into it. All right, everyone, we are going to go into circuit number 2. So I'm going to demonstrate everything first, and then we can get right into it. So our first exercise is our push-ups. So I will show you from the wall first, and there's a few variations that you can try, but you're going to be standing against your wall, free from any shelves or pictures, and just make sure that your palms are in line with your chest. So usually they need to be a bit lower than we tend to put them initially. So arms at chest level, and then you'll be a little bit on your toes. The further away your feet are from the wall, the harder it'll be. And then keeping your glutes squeezed to turn on your core, you're going to drop yourself towards the wall, keep your body nice and straight, and then press up. As you lower yourself, your shoulder blades are squeezing together and then pushing away from each other as you push back up against the wall. So if you want to try this against a chair, you are welcome to do so. The closer you get to the floor, the harder it's going to be because you're working against gravity. So if you are going to use your chair, make sure it's against the wall. I just want to show you from the side for demonstration purposes. So you're going to make sure that your body stays in a straight line the whole time. To help facilitate that, squeeze your glutes. It's going to help you stay nice and straight. And same thing, lower your chest down and then press back up. And if you want to try from the floor, you are welcome to. So you can try from your knees. Use a mat to save your knees and your hands. So again, squeeze your glutes, keep your body nice and straight. From the knees, you're lowering your chest down and pressing up away. Or from your toes, same thing. Good, so that is our first exercise. And then we are going to go into our balance. So finding your single leg balance first. Have your chair close by if you need it. All right, finding that single leg balance, and then you're going to draw the alphabet with your other foot, or you can spell out some words for me if you want. So we'll do one side for the first round, other leg for the other side, making sure you're nice and sturdy, your core is turned on. And then we are going into our cardio. So cardio for this round is called the Jess, and the Jess is named after one of our clinical exercise physiologists in the lab named Jess. So stepping back and raising your arms up in the air at the same time and switching sides. So step back, raise those arms up. If you need to have them a little bit more to the side or not raised quite so high, that's okay. From the side, it's looking like this. So just going at a speed that works for you. Perfect. So if everyone is ready, I will get my timer and we'll get started. Okay, everyone. So if you are ready for circuit number 2, round 1, we will get started. Got my timer ready. So making your way to the wall or your chair or the floor for push-ups. So I'll be demonstrating from the wall. All right. And we are starting our push-ups in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so check in. Are your hands at chest level? You might have to adjust them down a little bit. And as you push away from the wall or the floor or your chair, breathing out. So your chest is working as you press away, and your back muscles are working as you lower down. Everything is nice and controlled. Body's nice and straight. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Excellent work, everyone. All right, grab your chair or move to your wall or stay by your wall. We're going into our balance. So find that single leg balance, and we're starting our alphabet in 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. So we'll try one side for this round and then move to the other side for the other round. And keep in mind, just see if one side is a little bit easier than the other. Good. See how many letters you can get done. I can't keep track of the alphabet and keep talking to you at the same time. It's too much for my brain. Good job, everyone. Almost there. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good work. Okay. Going into our minute of cardio. Starting in 3, 2, 1. And off we go into the Jess. Remember, working at a pace that feels good for you. Might be a little bit slower. Arms might be at a little bit of a different angle. Whatever works for your body. Good job, everyone. Good energy today. Almost there, over halfway. Good. Keep it up. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. Don't let them creep up too much with this one. Good. Almost there. In 3, 2, 1, and time. Awesome job, everyone. Grab some water, catch your breath, and then we will make our way back to the wall, our chair, or the floor for our push-ups. All right, so I will show the wall-based ones again, getting my timer ready. All right, so making our way to push-up position, hands at chest level, glutes are turned on, starting in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Good. And check in with your body. Are your hips staying nice and in line? Your body isn't sagging. Your bum isn't poking out too much. Squeeze those glutes. That's going to help you stay nice and straight. Almost there. Good job, everyone. Keep breathing through this. In 3, 2, 1, and time. Good work. Okay, back to our balance. So make sure you go on the other leg this time. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, I am doing the letters backwards because my brain can't quite figure out how to do the other way with my left leg. Good job, everyone. Check in with your body. Are you staying nice and straight? Are you tipping a little bit? Try to keep it nice and straight. Good work. Almost there. Good job, everyone. In 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, getting ready for our cardio. Back to the Jess. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Good. Remember, work at an intensity that feels good to you. This is your last cardio of the day. So if you want to increase your speed a little bit, you can. If you want to keep it the same or slow it down, that's okay too. Over halfway, we're almost there, everyone. Good job. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. Keep your core turned on as you do that step back. Good job, everyone. Good energy. We're almost there. In 3, 2, 1, and time. Awesome job, everyone. Round 2 is done. Okay, everyone, so we are going to go through our third and final circuit of week 4. So you don't need any equipment for this one. So I'm going to get started, show you the floor-based options first, and then I'll show you the standing and seated options as well. So you'll make your way to the ground on your back for the bridge. So making sure feet are flat on the ground, you're going to start with that little pelvic tilt, activate your core muscles, and then you want to make sure your feet are about, you can just about touch your feet with your fingertips if your arms are laying by your side. So going to go into that bridge by doing the pelvic tilt, rolling our hips up towards the ceiling, pause, and then slowly lower back down. We're going to do 5 reps with our feet in this position. So go through 5 reps, then take a little step out with each foot, and then you're going to go into the bridge again for another 5 reps. And once you've done those 5 reps, you're going to take one more step out with each foot and do another 5 reps. So you'll notice as you're doing this, the further your feet are from your bottom, the more your hamstrings or the back of your thighs are going to work. So you'll probably get through 1 round of your foot in each position. You might get through part of another round as well. So that's going to work those hamstring muscles a little bit more. And just remember to make sure you maintain your hips are nice and level, they're not wobbling around, and your core is working. Once we finish the bridges, we're going to go into our dead bug variation. Now, with the dead bug this week, just trying to progress a little bit from last week. So last week what we did was the position where we were holding this for as long as we can, or some of you may have started to try the arm drops. So this week you can try the arm drops again or just continue with the hold, that's fine. Or if you want to try something new, you can try dropping one heel to the ground at a time. Now with this, whatever variation you pick, remember you need to make sure you keep a little bit of contact with the mat and your low back, keeping that core control. So this will be a little bit harder because your legs are heavier, so it's going to take more core control, and just keeping that knee bent so your limbs aren't too long, making it a bit more difficult for yourself. So that's something new you can try with the dead bug. All right, And then for our third exercise, we have a new one. So we will go on our side, make sure our elbow is directly under our shoulder, and then our bottom knee is going to be bent, and our top leg is out straight to the side. And then you're going to be pressing into that elbow, pressing into that toe and that knee, and pushing up, making sure your body's straight as a board as you hold for 2 seconds, and then slowly lower down. So you're going to do as many reps of that as you can. As you do this, you're going to find the side core muscles are working, your obliques, and then also a little bit of your glute as well. Making sure you're nice and straight as you do this. If that doesn't feel great on your shoulder, you can do a different variation where you're just cradling your head and then your arm is coming up and you're doing a side bend. And you're going to be working the other side, but those obliques again. Good. So those are our floor-based options. What I'll do is go through some standing and chair-based options next. So instead of the glute bridge, what you can do is you have 2 options. You can do your standing hip extension. So making sure that you start with a little pelvic tilt, engage your core, and then kick your straight leg back behind you and bring it back to starting position. And you'll do one leg for one round, the other leg for the other round. If you want to target those hamstrings a little bit more, what you can do is a hamstring curl like we did last week. So you'll remember you're going to be bringing your heel up to your bottom and then making sure that your knees stay in alignment. So you can also choose to do that if you want to target your hamstrings a little bit more. So that is that. And then instead of the dead bug, you can try this new exercise. So sitting on the edge of your chair, make sure you're up nice and tall with good posture. And then you're just going to lift one foot up, hover it on off the ground, slowly lower down. And then try the other side. So this looks very simple, but you want to make sure that your hips stay nice and level and you're not compensating with your body, so you're not crunching or trying to use your upper body to help. So the foot that's planted on the floor, really try to press into the ground with that foot as you lift up, slowly lower, and then other side, press into the ground with this foot as you lift up with the other side. That's really going to help engage that core. And then the last one, this is a bit tricky to show, but you're going to be doing a side plank. So I'll show you against the wall once I kind of get myself organized. So arm is going to be out to the side, your elbow is in line with your shoulder, and then you're going to be leaning against the wall. The wall is here, leaning against the wall, making sure your body's nice and straight and you're engaging those oblique muscles. So it will look like this. And you're just maintaining that nice straight body and holding that for the duration of the round. All right, so those are all of our demonstrations, and now we can go into the circuit. Okay, everyone, so let's get started with our first round of our last circuit. So making your way onto your back, getting ready for those glute bridge, where we're targeting the hamstrings a little bit more. So starting with feet just close enough to touch your fingertips. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So 5 reps here. Good, feeling those glutes work. Good, and then slowly bringing the feet out a bit further. Same thing, pelvic tilt. And rolling those hips up for 5 reps here. Good, hamstrings are working a bit more. All right, last one, we're going feet out a bit further and another 5 reps. Good, in 3, 2, 1, and stop. Excellent work, everyone. Okay, moving on to our dead bug variation. So remember, you can do the hold, you can do the arm drops, or the heel taps. So I will demonstrate the heel taps for you. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. So throughout this 45 seconds, checking in. Do you still have some contact between your low back and the mat? If you need to take a little bit of a rest, then definitely do so. Or maybe you just switch to an easier variation. Good. Almost there. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Excellent work, everyone. All right, now making our way onto our side for our side lifts. So remember, elbow is under shoulder, top leg is extended out straight, bottom leg, the knee is bent. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. And lift. Good. And if this is a bit of a challenge for balance, you can just steady yourself a little bit with your fingertips, the other hand. But make sure your body stays nice and straight as you extend. Good. Keep going. We'll do the other side with our next round. Good. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Excellent work, everyone. All right. Catch your breath. Grab a drink of water if you need it, and then we are going to meet on our backs again and go right into those glute bridges again. All right, so when everyone is ready, and remember you can take a pause if you need to. Getting back into position, so feet are just touching fingertips, and we're starting with our glute bridge in 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. 5 reps with feet in this position. Good. Feet go out a little bit, and another 5 reps. Are you still doing your pelvic tilt? Good. Really engage those glutes and then your hamstrings. Good. And last time, feet out a little bit more. Squeeze. Nice and controlled. Last rep. And relax back to the floor. Good job, everyone. Shake it out. Okay, so finding our way into our dead bug variation, whatever's working for you. All right, so get in position first. Activate that core. In 3, 2, 1. And you can do your heel drops, your arm drops, or your hold. Good. And checking in, are you breathing still? With these core exercises, we tend to hold our breath a little bit, but remember to keep breathing. Good. Remembering you can take a rest if you need to. This is a tricky one. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Excellent job. Okay, so Switching sides, make sure we get both sides done for this side lift. So again, elbow under shoulder, bottom knee is bent, top leg is straight. We're going to do those lifts in 3, 2, 1, and go. Pressing up so you're nice and straight, holding, and release back down. Good. Feeling your oblique muscles or the core muscles in your side doing some work here. And your glute muscle also helping out with that bottom leg. Good. Are you nice and straight? Making sure that you're not bending at this hip, so nice and straight. Good. Almost there, everyone. You're doing so well. In 3, 2, last one, and relax. Excellent work. All right, everyone. So that is circuit number 3 all done. So we will go into our stretching routine now before we finish off for week 4. Okay, everyone. So we have just finished circuit 3. So I'm going to get my equipment out of the way so we can go through a little bit of stretching to cool down. So I will show you floor-based options first, and then some chair-based options as well. So you can sit up and just extend one leg out straight in front of you. The other leg is tucked up to the inside of your thigh. And then just reaching forward, make sure you're bending from the hips, not hunching your back. So you reach forward, trying to reach those toes. And holding this for at least 20 seconds. That's what we usually do for stretches to really get the most benefit. And breathing throughout each stretch, bringing down that breathing rate after doing such an amazing job with each of your circuits. Good. If your toes aren't flexed, then try flexing your toes. Bring them towards your shin if you can. You might feel a little bit of a different stretch. It might be more in your calf. Good. Couple more breaths here. Excellent work. And slowly release that. And then we'll switch sides. I'll show it from the front this time. So other leg extends straight out in front of you. The other foot comes to the inside of your thigh, and same thing, bend from those hips and reach forward towards your toes. I feel a definite difference on this side. I'm not feeling quite as flexible on this leg today. And you will likely notice a little bit of a difference in your bodies as well, and that's pretty normal. Good. Keep breathing as you're reaching towards those toes. And again, try flexing your foot a little bit. See if you get a different stretch in that calf a little bit more. Good. A few more breaths here. Excellent work. Slowly coming out of that. And then bring the soles of your shoes together and bring your feet as close to your body as you can. They might be out here. You might be able to bring them right up. And then you're just trying to press your legs and your knees down towards the ground. And you should feel a bit of a stretch in the inside of your thigh a little bit. Good. And with this stretch again, make sure you keep that nice straight back, good posture, and keep breathing, slowing that breathing rate down. Good. Excellent work. Couple more breaths here. And gently coming out of that. Good. And then you're going to make your way onto your hands and knees, and then bringing one foot up. So if you need, a chair or a wall beside you to help you balance, definitely do so. And then just squeeze the glute, not this one, but the one on the other side a little bit. And you should feel a stretch in the front of your hip for this one. Good, so keep that nice straight posture. The more you squeeze that glute, the more you're going to feel a stretch in that hip. Good, keep that up. I'll show you from the front. And if you feel like you need to, you can stretch up a little bit. Make sure you're nice and long first, and then just a little bend to the side. You might feel a little bit more of a stretch all the way up your side and into that lat muscle that we worked today. Good, make sure you're not crunching, you're staying nice and tall. Good. And slowly come out of that, and let's switch sides. So from the side, again, that one knee comes up, and you maintain nice posture, squeeze this glute. That's going to help you feel a stretch in the front of that hip. Good. For anyone who's sitting at a desk all day, this is a great stretch to kind of lengthen things out from our usual seated position. Really good work. And from the front, continue doing that stretch. From the front, it's looking like this. Just like the other side. If you feel like you want to, you can stretch up with that one hand. Make sure you're nice and tall and elongated, and then just a little bend to the side. You'll feel that stretch come all the way up into that lat muscle. Good, a couple more breaths. Good. And slowly coming out of that. All right, now you can take a seat, and you can sit on a chair for this one. We're going to do a few arm stretches. So arm comes across your chest, and just hold this. And you should feel a bit of a stretch in that shoulder muscle. Good. And keep breathing. You can do some wrist circles with this one as well, either direction. Good. And release that arm, and let's do the other side. Same thing. Making sure you sit up nice and tall and incorporate those wrist circles if you'd like. Really good work. Couple more breaths. And relax. Good. Let's just finish with a couple neck stretches. So making sure our posture is nice and beautiful, shoulders down and away from your ears, and then dropping one ear towards your shoulder. And you'll feel that stretch right through that neck muscle. Good. And if it feels good to you, you can slowly turn to look at that same shoulder. You'll feel a different stretch in your neck. It might be a little bit more intense, so just go to a place that you're starting to feel the stretch, but it's not painful. Good. And then slowly look back to starting position and come up to center. And then again, make sure our posture's in a good place and dropping ear to the other shoulder. And hold here for a few seconds. Good. And again, if it feels good for you, slowly turning to look at that shoulder. Thinking about keeping your shoulder blades back and together to help maintain that good posture. Good. And slowly look forwards and coming back to center. Awesome. So those are our stretches all done for today. So thank you so much for joining me for week 4 of the 8-week Exercise Oncology YouTube series. Thanks so much, everyone.